Hi, my name is Dustin, as Michael said. I'm head of API client at Postman. What I want to show today is kind of like the 0 to something of MCP, mostly all using Postman. I also was playing around with the WorkOS T-shirts, MCP Endpoint earlier. I bought one for free. You probably know Postman as an API client. It's the best one. But we also have a number of other products, and I'm going to be showing them in today's demo. So the first one is the public API network. The API network has over 100,000 APIs, which are validated, high quality, many of which are owned by the publishers of those APIs directly. And then what we have been building recently is a way that you can build an MCP server directly from all of these 100,000 high quality APIs. So if you think about it, an MCP server is only as good as the quality of the APIs that they depend upon. And with the power of the API network, you can build a high quality MCP server. So I'm going to increase the complexity curve a little bit. I won't build a weather app, but I'll build a crypto app. So this is the CoinGecko API because it can be a little bit challenging to configure auth in a live demo, although some of them did them earlier, like WorkOS. I'm going to sidestep that and just use a public API. This is just a way that you can use public company holdings to see who owns the most crypto between Bitcoin and Ethereum in the space. And so what you can do here is you can use one or more endpoints from one or more APIs. So I'm showing CoinGecko here, but you could use Notion, Salesforce, Stripe, Slack, Notion, WorkOS. Anyone that has an API you can use. What this will do is this will generate a Node.js boilerplate code with support for the most common transports, standard I/O, and then HTTP. And generating elevator music. I think I might hit, ooh, thank God, it worked. All right, so we'll go ahead and download the zip file. Like I said, this is a Node.js boilerplate. We will unzip this file. And we'll call it MCP Night. What a night. All right, we'll install dependencies. I'm not going to walk through the code here. Trust me, it'll work. But you can kind of see here, it's like a standard Node.js boilerplate. We'll get the path to the MCP server file, copy it to our clipboard, pbcopy, very useful, use it. And then we'll go back to the more familiar API client. So this is what we also launched. So we launched an MCP client. I think it's the best one by far. But if you've used other ones, you might have used something like MCP Inspector. And we built something that I think is much better and much more integrated. So what we can do here is we can go ahead and connect. And then we can see the tool that we created. One thing I really like, especially if you're used to other tools, there's kind of this like, go here, list this, go here, list that. We load everything all at once, so it's fast and seamless. We can go ahead and then invoke this tool. We have a nice little preview mode. So you can see here, what companies have the most holdings. And MicroStrategy has 2.645% of the Bitcoin market. Crazy. Similarly, we can go ahead and look at Ethereum. And it has 0.096. So no clear dominant player there relative to the Bitcoin. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and disconnect. So now we have something that we know is verifiably good. I didn't need to kind of YOLO it and paste my MCP server into Claude. I validated with invoking the tools directly that they work as I expect. So now what we can do, I actually don't even care if this part of the demo works because I know I have a high quality MCP server. So we'll do this song and dance. If anyone from the Anthropic team is here, I wish we could make this better. What I can do here is I see the MCP server we just created, restart Claude, and then say, what are the top companies that hold Bitcoin? It's pretty funny. I hit I'm on the free tier, and earlier it was failing because it was saying I was using it too much. All right, so it's invoking the tool appropriately, passing coin ID Bitcoin, based on the latest data, yada, yada, right? So I have 27 seconds left, but I want to show one more thing. So I still Google stuff, because why not? And if you Google the GitHub MCP server, I wanted to kind of illustrate the kind of first-time experience that we focus on at Postman. What you'll oftentimes see is you'll see usage with VS Code, Claude Desktop, et cetera. So what you can do is you can copy this JSON config. You can open a new tab, paste it directly, and we'll parse the command for you so that you can then use the command directly, pass environment variables, so that you can have this great, seamless first-time UX. So from nothing to something, this was an MCP demo where we built a high-quality MCP server, tested, debugged it with the MCP client, and then validated that it works end-to-end with the cloud desktop. We're doing all kinds of cool shit at Postman. Come talk to me after if you'd like to learn more about it. Thank you. Awesome.